About to head out. We're gonna stay in Texas today because it is a huge state. In fact, we're gonna stay in Texas for a while because I booked 9 days in Bryan, Texas. It's at an extended stay type of motel. It's called Suite 6. It's the same brand as Motel 6, so a lot of the same amenities, except it will have a kitchenette. It'll be a good time for a reset week. So in case you're wondering what a Studio 6 looks like that's not like a regular Motel 6, Andy wants to give you a tour. Yeah, you almost made that PG-13, didn't you? All right, what should we show them first? Yep, here's my stuff, the bed, mirror, hello, TV. There is a lot more furniture. There's the bathroom, and of course, most importantly, the kitchen is the unique feature. So it has a stovetop, smaller microwave than usual, but a much bigger fridge. Already back in the car because I've got some missions. First, I was craving cookies the entire drive today, and then I got a coupon online for free half-dozen cookies from here. So I'm just waiting on those in my curbside. Well, it came in a very cute box. I'm excited to try it. I'm gonna have one. I am in a paid parking zone that I didn't pay for, so I've got to do this quickly before I move on to our next stop. But oh my goodness, these look amazing. I got the banana mix, so it has banana cookies. Oh, they're so nice and soft and warm. Peanut butter cookies, and then the last one should be chocolate cookies. They're at the very bottom. Chocolate cookies. I'm gonna try the banana nut cookies first, because that's probably the most unique one. That is so good. Tastes just like banana nut bread, except more cookie-like. Next stop, I've got a paid gig at Walmart. So I finished the air freshener video, not buying anything for that. I was gonna do the kitty litter one, but there was an employee restocking the kitty litter. So instead I bought this stuff. Let's see if he's done. Well, mission accomplished. Actually, 2 or 3 missions accomplished, depending on how you count it. I got to do that video about air fresheners. Didn't have to buy anything for that one. I also didn't have to buy anything for the cat litter one, but I needed to anyways. And I found this little 5-pound bag that I can use to fill my bigger container. And this one was really cheap. It was only like slightly over $1 for 5 pounds of cat litter. So I think that's a good deal. I'll mix it in with whatever I currently have left. And then got a lot of produce. Like jalapeno peppers are only 4 cents apparently. They're sold by the pound, but this one was 4 cents. Also got a bell pepper and an onion, a potato, and somewhere there is an avocado. So all in all, what did I spend? I spent $3.86 with tax. That's pretty good pricing if you ask me. I'm glad to be in Texas for that. And this, mixed with the quinoa and tortillas I already have, will make some good Mexican-inspired dinners in the kitchenette I have. But now I'm gonna go to Kroger because there are some other missions to accomplish there. I did a $15 project and then I ended up spending like $23 on groceries. I'm still gonna go out at least once while I'm here, but this should last me for most of my meals while I'm in Bryan. Happy Sunday. I'm going to try to attend 2 services this morning. Let's see how that works. Free car wash between services. Church was great today. I actually really enjoyed both of the services at both of the churches I went to. The first church that I went to is a bilingual church. The service that I went to was the English-speaking one, and that was followed by a Spanish-speaking one. However, they integrated elements of both languages in both of the services, so I got to learn a little bit of Spanish while also learning about the Bible. The second service was at a different church, First Baptist Church. That one had more people. Both of them were technically mega churches. The first church was just a satellite campus, so it was smaller, but First Baptist Church was the main and only campus of that church, so much bigger. I went to the third service, which was a contemporary service. They have several different themes of service though. They have a traditional one. They also have a Spanish-speaking one. So that was cool to see. And then once I got back to the motel, I started doing some cooking. For lunch, I made this taco filling. It is cold, so it doesn't look the most appetizing right now, but it's quinoa, chili beans, onions, jalapeno peppers, and potatoes. So since I had that for lunch, I decided to just make a snack board for dinner, which I kind of enjoy. Take a look at this. So that's what I'm gonna have for dinner. I have been sitting here most of the morning. I just did an interview on my computer, working on something for Hotels.com to get a refund. And now it's lunchtime. I got this loaded quesadilla that I just made. Today is kind of just a catch-up day on things that I've been putting to the wayside in the name of travel. One of the things, besides the interview I did this morning, which went really well, and just making some food, it is breezy outside. I am enjoying the little yard that they have here at the motel, but I needed to catch up on processing the compost. The compost itself is still working on it, but the worms laid so many cocoons. Do you want to see some of them? Here are 4 of the cocoons, so we'll have lots more worms very soon, because there's a whole lot more in there. Good morning. Today is St. Patrick's Day, so I'm going to eat breakfast with green milk, which is really just matcha, but it's green and it's milk. And also this breakfast burrito loaded with greens, and it also has potatoes inside. So since I didn't leave the motel property at all yesterday, I'm going to make up for that today. I have my car right here.
It's about 95 feet to your next turn.
Okay, that's my GPS, of course. I'm going to be exploring Bryan on foot today. I don't think there are many pedestrians here, because why would they not pave this part of the sidewalk if there were? Looks like I'm going in the right direction. So it looks like I'm about to get into downtown, which is good because it will mean that we'll have real sidewalks again. I am not wearing any green. Yeah, I'm not wearing any green, and today is St. Patrick's Day. But people don't pinch people anymore, right? That's like a assault charge, right? So the primary reason for going into downtown is because I need to buy a stamp at the post office. Secondary reason for any time during my walk today is if I see a place that has seasonal M&Ms. I have a product tube assignment for that. It's just a $5 one, so if I don't find the correct M&Ms in a place, then I'm just not going to do it. Not worth making a special trip to drive to a grocery store. But I'll check convenience stores and places like that along the way. Alright, I ended up seeing a Subway, and I had another product tube assignment that I could use to, if I bought chips or a salty snack at a sandwich shop. But now I'm finally at the post office. So I have a bag of chips. I spent $1.83 on them, and I'm going to get paid $30 after I review them. Post office time now. Well, so far all the tasks today have been quick and easy to do. Post office took like, a minute tops maybe to mail off my postcard. I'm going to continue to walk through downtown. It is very cute. It has lots of historical markers, but I don't know if there's anything necessarily to do here. So I'm going to continue to a nearby park that I've heard really good things about. I'm going through a neighborhood now, and I bet this mansion costs less than a studio in San Diego. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I moved out. I want to be able to buy a house. Heritage Park is just across the street. So obviously a very historic park and a very sunny park, which I enjoy because my whole plan for coming to a park today was to catch up on some reading. I was blessed with so many books at the NRB conference in Nashville, and I haven't read a single one. And I'm actually going back to Tennessee pretty soon here. I just found out a little bit ago. I got a text, but different part of Tennessee, but still, I should want to, read a couple of books before I get there, I would hope. I'm also a little behind on my Bible reading challenge. I was going to spend the first 90 days of this year reading the Bible. I'm several days behind, so I need to catch up on that. So yeah, I'm going to spend some time here in this park doing just that, reading one or the other book, either physical book or the Bible on my phone. I am going to try to avoid eating those chips that I got right away because it is Tuesday, so gotta do the CC's challenge again. So I hopefully will work up an appetite between reading here and then walking over to CC's. I will see you there. Welcome to CC's challenge on a Tuesday. Here is plate number 1. Here's plate number 2, and they are making me a mac and cheese pizza as we speak. And this is the benefit at coming between meals. You get pretty much the whole restaurant to yourself. And plate number 3. And here's plate number 4. This is the first CC's I've been to that actually has brownies. Here's plate number 4, which does look kind of weird, especially with the beet among the sweeter things. But I am waiting for the dessert pizza to be made. So I haven't finished plate number 5 yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish all this as well as plate number 6. 6 plates complete. I just pressed this button on the claw machine and I won candy. I didn't even pay. Well, I'm really glad that CC's is not that far away from my hotel. It's like half a mile, so my stomach needs a rest now. And here's the closest thing I have to home right now. That might change soon. This morning I'm going to take it easy. I think in the afternoon I'll go down to the university area and do some exploring there, but I figured that would be an afternoon activity and then just take it easier in the morning. Right now I'm headed to the Dollar General, which is just like 2 stores down. There's a product tube assignment that I wanted to do, just a little $5 one, but I might get some chocolate out of it, so that'd be cool. I think going to Bryan and spending 9 days here has been a good transition from the go travel that I've been doing back into more work-life balance, because I have been doing some work here. And also, I do need to think about transitioning into a job soon. That is going to be my next destination, is visiting a job that I'm considering. So I have to go back to Tennessee, this time to the Memphis area. Now, last time I was in Tennessee, I purposely avoided the Memphis area because I was wanting to live within a few hours of Memphis. And so I knew that once I moved, that would be a good place to go explore, so no need to explore it right now. This was a job that wasn't even available when I first planned that. I was looking at a different job, actually in a different state. That was nearby though. So kind of interesting how things turned out that I'm going to be even closer to Memphis if this job works out, of course. So yeah, so when I'm done in Bryan, I'm gonna make my way through Arkansas. Still need to plan that out. Probably gonna spend 2 nights in Arkansas, or maybe 1 elsewhere in Texas and then 1 in Arkansas on my way up to the Memphis area. And then I will spend a full day at the potential job site, and then we'll go from there because I don't know what's gonna happen after that. And just like that, we made it to Dollar General. I decided to get 2 things with my chocolate shopping consumer research deal. It was only a $5 payout, but I didn't have to drive there because literally Dollar General's right there, hotel's right there. I spent $2, $1 for each of these, so still made $3 for just a few minutes worth of work. I just made it to Hensel Park, which has a very crowded parking lot despite the park itself being completely empty. I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of college students that don't want to pay the campus parking fees, and this is the closest you can get with getting free parking, which is kind of what I'm going to do today too, because after I enjoy the park a little bit, I'm going to go explore the college area. Tell me you're at a college campus without telling me you're at a college campus. So the ice cream shop I want to go to is in the same shopping center as the cookie place I went to the other day, in the middle of basically Texas A&M University. So all the parking's paid parking, which is why I parked way over there. I think that has to be my goal now, to not pay for parking at all on this trip. We'll see what happens. I ended up with the beets and fresh mint ice cream because that sounded the most interesting. Honestly, this tastes really good. It's like a fresh flavor, not too beety. The mint isn't too strong either. It's just a perfect blend, which I never thought about mixing beets and mints before. So try it out if you're ever in Texas. The ice cream was considered healthy since it was made of vegetables, right? Now let's see if I can pass for a student at A&M as we walk around campus. To be fair, I did graduate college less than 3 years ago. I was a lot older than the average student, but that's neither here nor there. Let's check out the bonfire memorial. It looks like a modern Stonehenge. So it looks like each of these parts of the memorial is a memorial to a different student. It's kind of cool to see because like all of this, a lot of it is some of their quotes, some quotes from their family and friends, but a lot of them talk about God and how their faith played a role in their life. This was a pretty cool memorial. It's got an event I didn't even know happened, but nonetheless, I'm glad they set up a memorial to it. The squirrel's chasing me. Get away! Why is the squirrel chasing me? I don't have anything for him. And I don't like squirrels. Yeah, go away. No, the other way. Away from me. They are just rats with bushy tails. Good riddance. Okay, now I feel a little bit bad because I told that squirrel I didn't like him when I didn't even know him. I think when he ran away, I might have been because I hurt his feelings. And I think this is the century tree. You know a tree is old when it needs canes to stand up. This whole street here is just churches and college ministries. Back at the park, but I think I'll walk around a bit more before driving back. Hello. I saw some online reviews complaining that the trails were too narrow, and I get why they said that now. All the bamboo kind of feels like Hawaii or something. I'm taking some trash off the trails while I'm at it. The city of Bryan, Texas has made up a taco trail out of all the Mexican restaurants that are local to the area. So today I thought I'd knock off a few of those and see how far I can get on the taco trail. There are prizes. I think this will be the first time since coming to Bryan that I'm actually paying for a meal out. Obviously I paid for groceries, but everything else that I've gotten, like the ice cream yesterday, the cookies on the first day, those are all sign-up bonuses from things I found online. And here's the first one, closest to where I am. Well, second closest. Yep. The next taco shop is in the opposite direction. Here's our next taco shop. In addition to the taco walk, the city of Bryan also has an art walk. So this restaurant, I got a 2-for-1 because it has art and tacos. Well, I love supporting local restaurants, but let's take advantage of a chain restaurant and get a free cone because it is free cone day. Among all this trash in the creek, there's a turtle! Hi, turtle. It is lunchtime the next day and I'm going to head to a different part of the taco trail here in Bryan, Texas. I enjoyed where I went yesterday. The one I had at lunchtime, I was just getting a little taco and yet that filled me up, and then dinner was even bigger and I got even fuller. I probably shouldn't have had that ice cream afterwards, but I mean, when else can you get free ice cream from Dairy Queen? So, headed to the next one, and I definitely won't be able to get through all of the places on the taco trail, but I'm sure I'll get enough to get a few prizes. I already have enough to get, I think, a t-shirt or a sticker. I think I'm gonna go with a sticker and then save up the rest of my points to maybe get a tote bag or something. There's the restaurant I'm gonna eat at. Hey, I decided to have an afternoon at the pool, so I'm gonna do some poolside reading, maybe jump in. Depends how hot it gets, I guess. Today happens to be Wildflower Day at a nearby ghost town, I guess, so that'll be fun to check out. The ghost town's open on Saturdays, every Saturday, but today's going to be especially unique. So my goal here is to watercolor paint different Texan wildflowers on a bookmark. And here's what I've got. And this is the back of the bookmark. Okay, how does my painting compare to the real thing? A master gardener at the Wildflower Day recommended checking out this idea garden that they have. The shade is so nice after how hot it's been today. And since I'm composting on the road by traveling with a bunch of worms, I'm especially interested in this. This reminds me of teaching outdoor education. All the other options for compost. That tickles. And I decided for dinner to continue on the taco trail. I think I'm only going to finish half of this because I already ate half the chips. I also have the goal to visit 2 churches today. Here's the first one.
I just want to draw attention to, we got it.
I feel a little repetitive, but I did enjoy that service as well. That one was unique in that I was probably above average. Well, I know I was above average as far as age goes there. That was a pretty unique situation. It was a lot of college students. And in this one, I'm also going to try to find a demographic that suits me a little bit better. I'm going to join the young adults group here. Well, I didn't end up actually filming anything at the singles group just because I was so involved with what was happening, but I did go to the main service afterwards. And if the sanctuary looks similar to you, it is because I went here the week before, so it's good to be able to return to a church for once. Of course, I am leaving tomorrow, so probably won't be a third time unless I make my way back through here somehow. But yeah, I am looking forward to finding a place where I can go to church on an almost weekly basis. I'm sure with whatever job I have, I won't be able to go every week, but it'll be something to look forward to. And now I'm going to head to a park to spend my Sunday afternoon. This seemed like as good a place as any for a lunch break. I have yesterday's leftovers. No more Mexican food restaurants for me because I have done as many points on the taco trail as I need to get 2 of the prizes that I want. But I'm going to enjoy this day at the park, and then we'll probably have to start packing up actually, but we'll see where the day takes us. I just went to that food truck right behind me. They have soft serve ice, which I didn't know was a thing even. I got watermelon. It's kind of like an icy that just holds its shape, but it's been a really hot weekend, so I will enjoy this as I walk these trails. And it looks like we are good to go today. Hey Andy, you ready to leave Texas? We're gonna go to Arkansas today.